Her. Or Maddie Here, rather. So Bremer.
A lot of poise there, Bremer, coming out of her goal, trying to dodge, looking for that killer pass. So that was really important.
And the advantage is over. 2 goals scored in the advantage for Morristown as Lacrosse is back on the field, almost a giveaway. And finally it is picked up and cleared to midfield if the pass is too far ahead. And this will be controlled by D'Antonio. D'Antonio plays back to the goal where Langenall, who hasn't really been tested in the last 5 minutes, throws the pass all the way to midfield for Allison Ferreira, and she's hit near the head.
Yeah, penalties really starting to hurt Indian Hills. And, of course, that was a great clear pass from Langenall, the keeper. Yellow, second yellow, Mick.
Another advantage situation as Molly Resto is the guilty party as she hit Ferreira in the noggin.
Resto and Lacara are going to have to be careful. You get one more of these, and you're out.
3 goals and 129 for Morristown, and a free position and an advantage once again. Ferreira takes the shot. There's a save. The rebound is loose. Finally picked up by Brady Here, and Here double team brings it out. Gives up for Syverson. Morristown with the advantage, controlling Here and obstruction. 11:57 to play in our first half. Morristown a 4-3 lead. Meg Syverson already has 2 goals and an assist. Bounce shot, save made by Bremer on that shot by Syverson.
Bremer showing her great versatility. First they couldn't score on her up low, and then he started shooting down. High, but now she's nailing the stuff down low, Mick.
Long clearing pass. They'll take it right to the goal. Here's a bounce shot and a score. With the goal, Erin Murphy, her second of the game, 40th of the season, and that will tie things up 4-4.
Well, Coach Frank Carty talks about the secret weapon, Erin Murphy, who takes the pressure off some of the other attackers right down the middle of the goal. And unfortunately that time, Langenall got off her line but couldn't do anything about it.
Erin Murphy's a senior. She had 5 goals in the first meeting against Morristown. Had 5 hat tricks this season. She already has 2 goals here tonight.
Yeah, she takes the pressure off of Natalie Carty as well as Copita.
Copita and Syverson on the draw here. It is loose. Picked up by Carty. Stick checked away from her, and Maddie Here comes down with it.
Yeah, unfortunate for Indian Hills. They just ran into each other that time in the center circle.
So Morristown on the attack once again.
Well, here, if they're smart right now, I think they should just settle down just a little bit and play the ball around the perimeter as they started. Indian Hills. Morristown.
Sundin gives up for Ferreira, and they'll cycle it out top, so they will take their time, Jimmy, like you had diagrammed. O'Brien, who had an assist, tries to throw it in front. It was deflected. It just went wide. Maddie Herr was the intended receiver there for that pass. But with the foul, Bremer will put it in play.
Yeah, I think it might have been Carolyn Hirsch stepped into the crease.
We are tied 4-4 here in the first half. NJSIAA North 3 playoff quarterfinal on Verizon Fios One Sports. And finally, Carty has the ball. Gets it ahead with a nice pass. Here comes the shot, and the save is made by Langenall.
Tell you what, some great stuff transition-wise that time from Indian Hills.
Well, we talked about the prowess of Carty getting the ball ahead. She's a great passer as well as a scorer, but that time Langenall was just as equal. So Indian Hills puts it in play. Molly Resto plays back, now to midfield quickly. They'll try to get it ahead. Here comes Capone. Capone dodges inside, wants to shoot. There's a flag on the play. No, they waved it off. And the save was made by Langenall. It looked like the official was going to throw a flag, but then decided not to. And now we have the Sphere violation. And another yellow card as Carty comes off. Carty is called for the penalty.
A very high level of yellow cards tonight. And again, I think in the exuberance right now, Indian Hills starting to really lose it a little bit up top as we talk about that sphere where you're not supposed to go.
That was more of a dangerous play than anything else. She took a swipe at it and got close to the opponent's head.
Well, you know, if you're taking a check and it's going down, it depends how you're swinging it, and is it dangerous, like you said.
Here is a charge called against Syverson. So Meg Syverson called for the offensive foul.
A lot of good tactical stuff going on out there, trying to get that offensive foul. This is really good stuff from the defender here. And Syverson used to having her way in the last 5 to 7 minutes. That time got stuffed.
Capone has the ball. Tries to dodge the defense, now takes it behind the cage. We have a whistle. And it looks like an 8-meter free position coming up as Capone will get a shot. Capone with 34 goals this year. Works against Langenall. Here's a shot and a score. 5-4 for Indian Hills. They've scored the last 2 goals. Give it to Marissa Capone, her 35th of the season.
And Capone with a free position. I'd be remiss if I didn't mention that she also takes a lot of pressure off those other 2 that I talked about, Copita and Cardi. And there she is, drilling it down low to the lower right-hand corner. Again, nice cradling, and she shoots as the keeper's just starting to get off the line.
So that was actually scored with a man down. Second goal tonight scored that way for Indian Hills. They now have a 5-4 lead. Here is Syverson controlling the draw momentarily. Stick check from behind, and it comes back the other way, and a foul against Morristown. Lacara to put it in play. Gets it ahead to Capone. Capone backs the defense inside the arc. Now takes it behind the cage. Capone going to look for some cutters in front.
Yeah, Frank Cardi, the coach, talks about how when they settle, they have at least 20 plays, set plays to pick from.
Copita gives it up here for Jamie O'Connor, who's into the game now. Now joining the play is Cardi. So Cardi runs out top. She's a great passer. She takes on the defense. Throws it inside. It's deflected right near the creases. It looks like they tried to set up Copita in front. That comes back the other way with Ferrara.
Nice face dodge for Ferrara, and also ran a defender over in the midfield. Look at her go.
Ferrara brings it up to the defense. Walks right inside, takes the shot, and a save by Bremen.
Yeah, like I said before, Bremen, you're really going to have to get some kind of dodging moves on her because she's hip to what's going on as far as the shooting.
Morristown will have the ball here as Grady here. But take a look at the save by Bremer.
And again, you know, you really have to have some kind of deception. Look how far off the line Bremer is. It's only a sophomore, known for cutting the angle down. You're going to need a little dip and dunk to fool her.
Well, O'Brien works on the wing and gives up for Maddie here. Caroline Hirsch and company will just throw it right back out top for Syverson. Meg Syverson with her team down by a score of 5-4. Indian Hills out front. Morristown has the ball with 6 minutes remaining here in our first half. Ferrara spins to the left, takes on 2 defenders, keeps it, and resets the offense. Throws it in front. It was tipped loose and picked up on a foul. A great job by Indian Hills to come away with it.
Yes, very good defending there that time. A good cut from Morristown, but unable to hold on to it. And look at this killer pass here.
Lacara gets it ahead quickly. And now here is Copita. Copita one-on-one. Had it stick checked away by D'Antonio. Gives up on the wing. And that is Capone who has it. Throws it in front. Nice job by the offense to continue the possession. They throw it in front. Here's a shot, and it just goes wide. Well, that time they tried to set up Jamie O'Connor, and the shot just goes wide. Indian Hills works on the far wing. Nice dodge and a shot, and the save made by Langenall.
We talked about at the outset how the draws are going to be a big factor, how the keepers are going to be a big factor. They've already played a big part in this game.
So Murphy with the shot. Langenall comes up with another big save, and it's still 5-4. Indian Hills leading Morristown with 4.5 minutes to play in our first half.
I like that, building out of the back, switching the point of attack.
Nice job by the offense to try to clear this ball and taking their time with it.
Also good job by Morristown, though. They didn't force it that time. They're going to try and play possession. Let's see what happens here.
Madeline Finnan did a nice job on the far wing, and now we'll get it here to Brady here. Here, splits the defense, takes on three, and now goes right toward the goal. Shut down momentarily by Resto.
Yeah, Brady would have had a 60, 70-yard run right there.
Well, she gives it up behind the cage as they'll reset the offense. Now she'll work from X. Looking for cutters in front. Once again, they like to have Syverson on the near wing. Ferreira gives it up, and they'll play catch on the right side. Maddie gets it to her sister, Brady. Hirsch gonna spread it out. 3:19 on the clock, and they're in no rush right now. Jimmy only down by 1 goal. Gonna look for the best possible shot. O'Connor is a good passer. Throws it in front. Here's a shot, and it hit the post, and it rolls right through the crease. And trying to stick it home was Maddie here, but she couldn't redirect it. So O'Connor with a nice pass to Ferreira, and the shot hit the pipe. Syverson tries to throw it in front. Here's a bounce. That's redirected. Goes toward the end line, and a push.
You look like a bit of a hip check there.
Looks like they called a push on Addison. So Morristown still has the possession. So Emily Addison not able to get that ball and called for the infraction. Down to 2:24 and a clock running.
Some great lacrosse going on here today. Great combination of transition as well as settling both teams.
You know, Morristown maybe didn't have as many goal scorers, but they did have 5 players with 25 or more coming into this one. So they may not have the gaudy numbers, but they have players who can find the back of the net. They kind of spread it around a little more. And in a close game, it really favors them where they can, look for the shot that they need to.
I agree. You don't know where the shot's coming from, and they've ignited 4 or 5 of those players already.
One thing is for sure, O'Brien may be the best passer, and she has it now. Throws it in front. Syverson, score!
You called it, Mick.
5-5 game. O'Brien, another assist. Syverson gets the goal. That's her 3rd of the game and her 48th of the season.
Well, Syverson getting a hat trick here. And again, you just called it about O'Brien drawing 2 defenders. And again, keeper almost came out a little too far that time. Shannon Bremer. Watch again. Some great cradling. And again, from high to low, right over the keeper's head.
Well, as you mentioned, it looked like they may have to go a little bit more low with the shots, and that has been effective, as now Morristown has tied up this game at 5 with 1:43 to play, and Syverson trying to control the draw. It is still loose in the circle, and Syverson comes up with it. Syverson goes one-on-one, beats the defender. Now has 1 player to beat, takes on 2, spins back inside, and draws a foul.
Well, Syverson very dangerous with the cradle. Looks like she'll have something from the 8-meter here in a free position.
Syverson, just a sophomore, along with Ferreira, so they got some players to build on for the future in Morristown.
So this should be showtime. Let's see what kind of dodge she puts on the keeper.
Takes the run, doesn't shoot. And notice 3 white shirts came to her, and she didn't have a good shot.
Yeah.
Had the ball with 1:23 in a 5-5 game, so she pulls it out.
Very prudent. Keep possession. Let's see if we can get a better look.
Ferreira on the left wing.
And you know what the psychological factor is if you can go up by 1 going in at the half, especially away from home.
And especially if you can score in the final seconds. So Morristown in a 5-5 game in control. They're the 5th seed, taking on the 4th-seeded Indian Hills Braves tonight. NJSIAA tournament right here on Verizon Fios One Sports.
And then whoever wins this ends up with Mendham or Hopewell.
Most likely Mendham. Here's O'Brien. Dodges 2. Doesn't pass, now does. Brady here inside the final 30 seconds. Now with 30 seconds, let's see when they actually start their attack. They're going to run the clock down a little bit. Here is Brady here, spins, takes the high shot, it goes over the crossbar, but Morristown still has the possession with 17.9 on the clock.
Good backup from the Colonials. There's Here's shot, whizzes over the crossbar.
Here is O'Brien. O'Brien walks it out, throws it in front, shot, score! O'Brien, another great pass. This time it is Maddie here. Her 28th goal of the year. O'Brien has it working, as it is now 6-5 Morristown. They've scored the last 2.
Well, O'Brien, putting these killer passes through. As like I say, affectionately, we call her a crease monkey. That's just the term in lacrosse. It's a wonderful name for her tonight. That's Maddie Harris. She's going to get this in turn. Quick stick in the upper right-hand corner.
O'Brien has been deadly, as Maddie here gets the goal. Loose ball on the draw. It's controlled by Megan Syverson. She'll take a run, has a couple seconds left. Bounce shot at the buzzer, and a save made by Shannon Bremer. We have played our first half here in Oakland, New Jersey. The quarterfinal round of the NJSIAA North 3 tournament, and Morristown, the 5th-seeded team, has a 1-goal, 6-5 advantage over Indian Hills. Hope you're enjoying the action. Brought to you by the Star Ledger and NJ.com right here on Verizon Fios One Sports tonight. Back here at Indian Hills, we're at halftime with Morristown, the 5th-seeded team, leading 4th-seeded Indian Hills by a score of 6-5. Hope you're enjoying the action from the Star Ledger and NJ.com right here on Verizon Fios One Sports. Jimmy, let's take a look at our first half highlights, but first we'll tell you that today's game brought to you by Watch ESPN. Your favorite ESPN sports and shows live anytime, anywhere on your computer, tablet, and smartphone. Watch ESPN the other way to watch ESPN. Go to www.fiostvonline.com for details. Now, the thing that really jumps out at us in this first half is that Indian Hills, the higher-seeded team, jumped out to a 3-1 lead, and they came right out of the chute, making it look fairly easy.
Yeah, it looked like they were going to walk all over him, but it changed later. But we see Aaron Murphy getting the first goal there for Indian Hills. And again, Addison making it 2-0. And Capita, the bad news, number 13, comes flying in here to make it 3-1. But then there are 3 unanswered goals from number 13, bad news the other way. Megan Severson making all of that, shooting from high to low. There's a free position, shooting low to low that time. Again, O'Brien setting up here. Severson going over the top as she cuts in front of the crease. And O'Brien again on a tear, slicing and dicing, and that time finding Maddie Hare, just doing some crease damage for Morristown.
So you'll see the shots, Morristown with a few more, and also more shots on goal. The saves favor Indian Hills, as a real fine game by Bremer in goal so far, but the draw controls favor Morristown.
Right, and the GBs, the ground balls, big time. Of course, there were 3 yellow cards thrown, and it was a wild first half. That's any indication in the second half. This is going to be some great lacrosse here in a Group 3 state tournament game.
Morristown with 2-man-up goals, 2-man-down goals for Indian Hills. Fairly even, 6-5 on the scoreboard right now. We'll take a timeout and come right back with second half action on Verizon Fios One Sports tonight. So we are set for our second half action, as once again Syverson and Copita will be on the opening draw. And the draw here is controlled, well, almost by Morristown. Now we have a whistle. Looks like someone pushed from behind. Let's see who's going to have this one. It's going to go over to Indian Hills. So Copita will put this in play. And ahead it goes quickly as they'll try to set up Aaron Murphy. Now down low. Murphy comes out on the left wing, takes on a dodge to the right, and a foul called as looks like they're going to call it on Allison Ferreira. And Murphy going to have a shot here from the top of the arc. Takes the running start and scores. And we are tied 6-6 as Aaron Murphy gets the goal. That's a hat trick for Murphy, her third of the night and 41st of the season. So Murphy gets the goal on the free position. Indian Hills ties it up. And right off the free position, you know, the shooter really wants to take this to the cage. She did a nice job on the start. Bouncing it low as Langenhall had it just go under her stick. And we are tied up at 6, just underway in the second half. And now the free position is loose and picked up here by Copita, and she's fouled.
Copita really making her mark here in the second half. And again, this is where they're going to really have to see if they can control the whole part of the attacking game.
Ahead it goes quickly as they'll try to, well, a flag came out. Gonna get a foul called here. And another free position coming up. Here's a shot and a score. So a free position goal. As they got it inside, I believe it was Capone. It is.